Bright is a Netflix original film that is directed by David Ayer, as well as being written by Max Landis, and this film follows two cops in a world where mysterious creatures live side by side with humans. And you have this cop who's portrayed by Will Smith, who is forced to work with an orc who is portrayed by Joel Edgerton, and they try to maneuver around Los Angeles to try to find a mystical wand that does some magical stuff, and they try to keep it from the bad guys, because the bad guys will do some bad stuff with it, and you don't want that to happen, I guess. Now, David Ayer can be a good director. I have enjoyed some of his past projects. He can also make Suicide Squad, so I guess you kind of win some, you lose some. And this movie's not good. This is a bad movie. This movie's really bad. Where to begin? So Bright is this allegory for racism in America. Like I said, you have Will Smith, who is this cop who is forced to work with this orc. Now, this is the first orc to ever make it into the LAPD. I think any police force in the United States, actually. And it is because of this that there is a lot of tension between the orcs and the humans and all of these mythical creatures. Now, the premise of having creatures be an allegory of racism is not really something all that new. Typically, these movies try to be at least a little bit subtle. Not with this movie. This film, oh boy. You would have to be physically unconscious to not recognize that this movie is an allegory for racism. It is just so heavy-handed and so on the nose, unlike any movie that I've seen this year. Now, something that's really frustrating is in this movie, they try to represent people of color as being these orcs, or really any group who is marginalized in actual America. Now, if you're going to have these orcs be the representation of groups that are marginalized in America, I don't think it's a good idea to have literally every single orc in this movie be dressed like a gangster or a gangbanger, and literally every single orc in this movie is just a stereotype. For example, there is this group of human people who are gang members, and the only thing that distinguishes them from the orcs is that the orcs look like orcs and the people look like people. They are really indistinguishable. And I think that there was a missed opportunity to maybe give the orcs something orc-like to do instead of just being pretty much straight up people. Now, all that aside, if you brush away all of the racial tension that is trying to be represented in this movie, this film is just really boring. This entire movie is just a string of moments for 2 hours. When I was watching this film, it seemed like there was no actual scenes. It was just a series of shootouts after shootouts and action set pieces until the movie's over. And all of this is happening while these characters are being chased by some aggressively bland villains, leading us to the climactic battle at this very vague pool in this. It's just, I have no idea what's happening in this movie, and I really don't think the film does either. We have to get the thing back to the thing so the bad guys don't come, and they resurrect the Dark Lord. What? I was so glad that I was able to watch this movie at home just because of how redundant it was. I was at least able to go get a snack or look at my phone every once in a while, because if I would have been in the theater watching this, I probably would have lost my mind. Really, the only type of recognition that I'm seeing this film receive is for the special effects makeup, but I actually thought that it was another element of this film that was just inexcusably bland. Pretty much every creature in this film looks like the same concept and quality-wise as they do in Lord of the Rings, which was like 15 or so years ago. There's really no effort or care put into how these creatures look. They look just the same as they have for 20 years. Guys, this movie's bad. I don't really want to waste my time anymore with talking about this film. So did you guys see Bright? What did you think about it? Leave your thoughts and opinions down below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching today. I hope you liked today's video. And if you did, click on the link down below and subscribe to my channel for more movies and related things. Again, thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.